Hi, and welcome to this University of Strathclyde video tutorial. In this video, I'm going to go over the basics of using the gradebook in MyPlace. You can access the gradebook in the settings block by clicking on grades once you're in your class page. You'll be taken to the grader report, which will overview all the assignments that you have in your class, along with a list of all your students and their email addresses. Clicking on the drop-down menu can take you to different views. You can select these options either from the drop-down menu at the top or from within the settings block. Selecting the user report, for instance, will show you a single student's overview. You can select which student you want to look at using this drop-down menu over here. A view you'll be using a lot is the simple view. This allows you to range your activities into categories, apply weights when using the weighted mean of grades aggregation method, and also add grade items to work that is done offline but you want to include in the gradebook for students to see. To add a category, you click on the Add Category button. You can give the category a name, an aggregation method, here I'm going to select weighted means of grades, as well as grading options. Once you're done, click Save Changes. It's a good idea to set up your categories before you add your activities to your class. This means that when you create activities, such as quizzes or assignments, you can set the category right there when you're creating them. Otherwise, you can move activities into categories in the simple view. Clicking on this move icon will allow you to select which category it's in and in which order. You can choose any of these little dotted outline boxes here, and that's where it will move to. One useful way of using categories is to organize your activities that you don't want to be graded and activities that you do into separate categories, so that the activities that don't contribute to a student's final grade are not included in the final class total that students see. To do this, add two categories, one to store all the items that are going to be graded, and one to store all the items that won't contribute to the final grade. I'm going to call them graded and non-graded. In the overview for your class here, I'm going to select weighted means of grades. This allows me to select a whole category's weight. Here I'm going to set the graded items to 1 and the ungraded items to 0. This will mean that anything in this category will not be included in the final grade. You can also create subcategories if you want to arrange your classes further, say assignments and quizzes, which can then be weighted separately. In the grader report, you can override grades that are sent from assignments. You can also grade gradable items that you've added from offline tasks, as well as export all this information into an Excel file for offline grading. To overwrite a grade that has been sent from an assignment or from a quiz, click in the corresponding box, type in the grade that you want to give them, and hit Enter. If you want to export your gradebook for marking offline in Excel, you can use the Export tool. Using the Excel spreadsheet with registration number option will incorporate student registration numbers in the file. You can then use the Strath import option, which will take this information and put it back into the gradebook.